How's it going, everybody? It's McDuo's Girl, and today I am sharing this crazy looking, super modern house. I was actually looking for inspiration on Google Images, and I typed in just modern homes, and I was scrolling through, and I saw this house, and I had to build it. It was so cool looking, and I really thought it was going to be a lot harder to do because it was just such an odd looking house. But this is actually one of the easiest houses, at least modern house of this size that I have ever done. This house is actually a two-bedroom house. It has two bathrooms. There's one bathroom upstairs between two bedrooms, and there's a bathroom downstairs. And I really liked making this house. It was a lot of fun, and I want to try some more interesting houses to try and recreate. So if you guys find anything you want me to try and make, definitely send it over to me, and I can try doing that. The first, I think, 4 videos that I'm going to upload here are all modern houses. They are my favorite kinds of houses to do. I really like doing modern looking houses. I like doing loft style houses. I like doing smaller houses. I love doing starter builds. I like doing base game only, just because for the longest time I only had base game. I never had any add-ons. I never had any of the game packs, and it was so hard to go on the gallery and find just a cool looking modern base game only style house that didn't glitch out when you downloaded it, because it had all this stuff from other packs in there. This one unfortunately does have some stuff from Dine Out, just because this house was so futuristic that the base game didn't really have the kind of items that I needed to really make this house look cool. The only pack I use, however, is Dine Out. So if that's like one of the only ones that you have, this one will definitely work for you. Everything else in this is base game. And just like on the second, or on the first floor there, the half wall that I put up there, it had the trim around the top that was like that fence. It was like a sort of like a glass fence. And it really, really looked nice. And that is from the Dine Out pack. I do end up changing it to black just because the house was all white, and I really wanted to give it this pop of color. I did make the trim of the windows black as well, and I did put in a lot of very large windows, and I don't think I cover any of them up, just because I really wanted the house to be very open and very airy and very spacious. And some of the rooms, especially on the top floor, are very small. Both bedrooms are very small. It could easily be modified into one larger master bedroom, but I really wanted this to have 2 bedrooms in it. And I think the windows really, really make that much of a difference. They really make it feel more spacious on the inside. So you just saw me put a bunch of concrete on the underside of the house. I don't usually do a lot of landscaping, and the reason for that is I think all the vegetation gets in the way when I'm trying to take screenshots. And I think landscaping, especially if you're someone who downloads houses rather than building them, is very individualistic. So some people might like one style of landscaping, but you may download a house and you really like the house, but the landscaping is awful, and that's just such a pain to have to go through and delete all of the landscaping and make it all over again. Especially when you downloaded a house because you really didn't want the hassle of having to do that in the first place. If you guys want me to do landscaping, just let me know. I will. I don't mind doing it. The main reason I don't is it just really gets in the way of my screenshots. I like being able to take pictures of the actual build. I like doing interesting architecture, and I don't want trees and stuff getting in the way of actually looking at and seeing what the building looks like. So if there isn't a lot of landscaping, that's why. I'm sorry. If it's something you guys really want me to do, please let me know. I will add landscaping if you want. I can actually, do the whole outside of the house, take screenshots, and then add landscaping, and then do some more screenshots. If that's something you guys want me to do, if that's something you're interested in, just let me know. I'll try that out, and you guys can tell me what you think on the next one. So you guys just saw me put in a staircase, and usually on modern houses like this, I like to have like more of a loft style, so it feels a little bit more open, and the ceiling looks a lot higher when you're in the house. I didn't on this one just because there was such limited space upstairs. I didn't want to have to cut out a bunch of the floor and make it even smaller, especially since I already decided that I wanted to do 2 bedrooms. And for the amount of stuff I fit into this house, I was actually surprised it wasn't as expensive as I thought it was going to be. I tried to fit a lot in here. I thought it was going to be really expensive, but when I actually went in and started putting all the furnishings and all the rooms in, it actually ended up being a lot smaller than I thought it was going to be. This house, I don't have the exact number in front of me, but I think it was around $105,000 to $110,000, which I don't think is too bad for the quality of the items that I put in the house and the amount of items that I put in the house, especially because some of the items I put in are fairly expensive. I didn't go too over the top, but I was really surprised at how cheap it ended up being. I thought it was going to be like a $200,000 or $300,000 house. And I did end up putting walls on either side of the staircase. Probably getting the staircase that doesn't have anything underneath it was probably not the best idea. Well, I mean, I probably could have gotten a cheaper staircase in there that was walled in rather than putting the walls on either side. But it ended up being a really nice barrier between the 2 different areas of the house. Like the side you're seeing me do now is the kitchen and the dining room, and on the other side I actually fit in a small living room. And the bar you're seeing me put in there now, obviously because you just saw it, does not stay there. I thought it took up too much space, and I don't like how it has to stick out so far from the wall. But I did use those little wall pieces from the Dine Out game add-on, and I think they look so nice in this house. I actually put 2 of them together and kind of merged them together with the Move Options cheat, and they did not glitch, and they moved together perfectly, and they look so futuristic and so beautiful in this house. It gave it just that touch it needed to look really modern and really, really futuristic. And I think now that I'm doing the kitchen, I think this is the only build I've ever done where I did a fully red kitchen, and I love how the layout in this turned out. It looks so cool. But one thing I want you guys to know is I do put in cabinets, and I use these little fluorescent lights that kind of tuck up underneath the cabinet, and it looks really cool. It lights up the wall underneath the cabinets, but since I use a Move Objects cheat to kind of move them up and under, you can't see them in build mode and you can't see them in live mode. I have tested this house, but when I go to take the screenshots, when you're kind of at a lower angle, you can see the fluorescent lights underneath the cabinets kind of at all different angles and levels, and they look really weird. I did try to fix them between the screenshots, but I don't remember if I fixed them before I uploaded it to the Sims 4 galleries. And if you guys want to download any of these, I will leave my Origin ID in the description box below. It is not the same as my YouTube. My Origin ID is really old. It was actually an old one of my fiance's, so it's not going to be the same name, but I do put my a hashtag in. It's hashtag McDougalsGirl. You type that in the search in the Sims 4 gallery, and all of my builds will come up. So right now you're seeing me struggle really hard with this living room. It was such a small area. I really wanted it to look as cool as the layout of the kitchen and sort of the dining room did, and it was such a small space, and I was having a really hard time. I really wanted it to look cool, and I ended up going with just sort of like a normal layout in there. So I ended up changing the colors around to red and black. I still wanted it to have that futuristic pop, but I wasn't really 100% happy with the layout. It was really the only one that could fit in there. I could have made the room a little bit bigger, but I just didn't want to monkey around with having to resize everything on the entire house again. If one of you guys does download this and you figure out a better way to kind of set the layout in that living room, please share it with me, just so I can see what you guys did. So I really like the red and black kind of layout in this house. I wasn't sure about it at first. I don't usually do anything exactly like this. I like to keep the interiors of my house very neutral, with just some pops of color here and there. This actually surprised me how much I actually liked it in the end. I thought it was going to be a little bit too much. It doesn't seem that realistic to me, but then again, this isn't a very realistic house. It was hard for me to find decorations and artwork that I liked, that I think went with this house really well. I wanted to put some paintings up, but I really didn't think anything really matched all that well. There's a couple of paintings, like base game paintings. Like there's one abstract one that you can set to black, or you can set it to red, and it might have looked okay. I didn't really like it that much. So I ended up using those little black shelves and just kind of making shapes with them. I think it looks nice. I don't really remember if it has like a plus to environment to your Sims. But you know, if you wanted to download this house, you can kind of add some clutter on them and just sort of decorate a little bit with them and really make it your own. So I mean, it's kind of like a double use there. It's kind of a decoration, and you can store stuff on it. So I don't know, I like the shelves. I do that in quite a few of my builds, more of the modern builds. I use the shelves just because there isn't a whole lot of modern art. I mean, there's sculptures and stuff you can put in the house, but as far as paintings, a lot of the stuff that you could consider modern in the paintings, I don't really like that much. Some of the stuff with Dine Out, like that picture I just placed there, that one is okay. I don't think that would have gone that well in the first floor of the house, though. And I do like how I have this kind of matching pops of color in each room. It's not something I would normally do, but this one is all blue, and then the sort of master bedroom, I do like a green tone, and I really like the way that this room kind of came out. I like the color scheme. It's really nice. It's probably something I would do in my actual bedroom if I could find a bed frame that was that cool and that color. I really like it a lot. So like I said earlier, guys, the first, I think, 4 videos that I'm going to actually upload onto my channel are all very modern builds. And the reason for that is just because they're the ones I'm most comfortable with. They're the ones that I excel at the most. And that's really what I wanted to put up here first. However, I'm not opposed to doing other types of builds. I have done, you know, numerous different kinds and types of builds, but I really enjoy doing the modern ones the most. So those are going to be my first 4 videos. I really wanted to kind of not really impress anybody, but it's just like they're the ones I'm the most comfortable with, so I felt the most comfortable uploading those first. But if you guys want me to do like a couple more traditional builds, I'm not opposed to that at all. I would love doing that. I might do a couple much larger houses. I was actually thinking of doing like a really large, like really old style Victorian home for like a really big family. So if that's something you guys want to see, just let me know. It might end up being a 2-parter, just because I do take my time with my videos and my builds, just because I don't like to rush them. I like everything being just so. So if it takes me, you know, an hour to do one room because I don't like one thing, I will do that. I didn't with this one just for the sake of time. I'm trying to get at least 3 or 4 videos out this week. So I'm probably going to upload them all at the same time. But if you guys have any suggestions for stuff that you want me to build, like I said earlier, if you guys see a house on, you know, just anywhere, if you have a picture of it, just send it to me. I'll try to recreate it. If you have a certain type of build that you really, really enjoy doing, or you like watching builds for, or it's, you know, you want a bigger house of a certain kind that you want to download, but you really don't want to make it yourself, just let me know, because I'm totally open to suggestions. So I was having a little bit of trouble with the flooring in here. I didn't really want to do a wood floor. I think the only thing that really would have matched is like a concrete, like, I don't know, like concrete seems just a little bit too cold, and the wood warms it up just a little bit. I don't 100% like the wood. It was the only thing I could really find that looked okay. And I made it the darkest color that I could in the most realistic looking floorboards that the base game provides. The actual floor tile in the kitchen is from the Dine Out pack, as well as the columns right there in front of you with the lights on the bottom. Those are from Dine Out. And I don't know. I wish they would add more flooring options just to the base game itself. I know that there's a ton. there's certain ones that like I'll like in the wood section of build mode. I like the wood flooring section. I wish that for certain ones there was more color options. I know there's some that have tons of color options, but I won't like the actual grain of the wood. And then the ones that I really like, I like the pattern of, don't have enough color options. So I really hope that they release some more stuff, just base game stuff for build mode. So you guys just saw me put up possibly the ugliest fence anybody's ever done ever on a build. I was trying to experiment with something and it failed hard. Obviously, I could have cut that out, but I kind of wanted to show like my trial and error, sort of the mistakes that I make. And I'm so happy I went with just the half wall there with the same fence type topper that it has on it there, because it looks so much better. But I don't even know what I was thinking when I put that fence up. I don't know why I went around the entire house. I guess I just kind of wanted to see what it looked like, and it was so awful. And I like what I what I ended up doing out here instead. I end up between the pillars of the plants there. I do not keep a grill there. I was trying to make it so there was some kind of countertop or something there, so it looked attached. I ended up putting a bar there. I like how it turns out. I ended up having to use the move objects cheat just a little bit, because there was things kind of like intersecting with each other, and it glitched out a little bit, and I ended up just moving kind of the plants farther away from the actual pillars in the middle there and more towards each other, and it ended up looking really, really nice. I think it's my favorite bar type area that I've ever made, just because it's outside. It looks like it's built into the actual house itself. I like how the columns there actually come out of the tops of the island there. I don't know if those islands are actually going to be usable. I actually didn't think to test like if a sim put like a plate down or something there, if it like glitched through the columns. If one of you guys ends up running into that, let me know and I can modify it a little bit. And I kept it pretty sparse outside. There's definitely a lot more I could have done. There is actually doors upstairs on the second floor to go out into that huge balcony type area that I have on the actual house. I actually left it blank just because the shape of the house was so cool. I didn't want to clutter it up with a whole bunch of stuff for the screenshots. But you can definitely put a ton of stuff up there. You can add way more rooms upstairs if you wanted to. Like if you were using this as a family home and your family expanded, or you needed a nursery, there's so much room up there to make more rooms. I really didn't want to put a ton of stuff up there and just clutter it up, just because I loved the shape of the house so much and it was so unique. So something I didn't mention before, the actual little tiny gym area that I put upstairs that has the treadmill and the weight machine, I end up actually taking the weight machine out, because after testing, it actually was unusable. And oh my, I'm just doing that fountain right here, and I love this fountain. It was like the perfect finishing touch to this. But anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it here so you guys can enjoy the screenshots. I have my Twitter and my Facebook and my Origin ID linked in the description box below. So you guys can check those out if you want. I put up some preview pictures of my builds on there sometimes, and you guys can leave me pictures and suggestions there if you want. I check it every single day. I will respond to you, so feel free to leave me any messages or suggestions or comments there. Thanks for watching, guys. You guys have a good one. Bye.